welcome back. Our Kennedy is back with us. Hey, Kennedy.
Hey, Mara. Well, we've seen the struggles our community faces when dealing with mental health issues like depression and anxiety. Here is the story of one powerful voice that has found light within the darkness. Toni Jones is inspiring women around the world through the healing power of music. This is Stand Up For, presented by State Farm.
I love it here. I am a contribution of my present inner meditation and confession. I've grown into the woman I am today by being open and curious about what I don't know about myself. My name is Toni Jones, and I'm an affirmation musician that helps people talk to themselves better. I code the algorithm of my mind with loving, prosperous, dreamy imaginations. I have over 60 million streams on all streaming platforms. Curiosity has led me to expand in my growth as an artist, as a community leader, as a mental health advocate, and as a woman. I grew up in Detroit, and my family life, church-going folk. My parents growing up were the biggest influence of my life because they exposed me to spirituality and personal development. By keeping me in the church, I learned that there was a world of, the supernatural, the unseen. So I was always had this insatiable curiosity of the unknown. So I got my degree in psychology at Ashford University. Psychology and neuroscience influenced me tremendously because I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to hack my own BS. And my BS was being a victim. So I wanted to learn how to take my power back by saying I'm responsible for myself. I'm responsible for my well-being and growth and development. What I once thought I was victim to is getting weaker. So while I was studying psychology, I knew that I did not want to become a psychologist. So I wanted to start a coaching business to help women learn how their mindset works on a neurological level. Get your notepad out and get your pen out because we are going to be talking about affirming our highest imagination. My coaching business was called Wife Your Life, and WIFE stood for Womanhood and Full Empowerment. And I wanted to help women understand that they can wife their life. And so that led me to start conversations in the women's empowerment space of entrepreneurship.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what to expect coming into this, but today I'm leaving fulfilled, I'm feeling empowered, I'm feeling uplifted.
The present is woman. I'll never forget the day when I got the idea for affirmation music. It was prayer meditation. I was in my bed in my bedroom, and I was like, God, I need an idea to help my coaching business, to help women practice well-being on the go. And it just came to me like downloading an app. And I was like, affirmation music? Wait a minute, I'm the one that gets to do this? Created my album right in here. This is where all the curation happened. When I started the process of writing affirmation music, I grabbed all my journals, all my writings that I've written over the years, all the notes that I've taken at the retreats and spiritual programs I've been a part of, and I went to LA for a month. And I wrote 9 songs for my album, Affirmations for the Grown-Ass Woman, because I wanted these 9 songs to represent the 9 months it takes a woman to grow a human being. And I wanted women to, as soon as they push play, they can never go back. So I studied the greats because I knew that if I wanted to create some type of impact, I wanted to study how to do this. So Quincy Jones, Dolly Parton, Michael Jackson, Lauryn Hill, Bob Marley. So those were my top people that I kept indulging in to learn how they created music. So each song, I took it through a process that I learned from psychology, what the power of color is, the power of texture, the power of sound. And so I use certain words in a certain pattern to actually make my songs that more powerful and intentional. To get the mind to embrace growth, you have to hack the neurological pathway that says avoid growth. It's not safe. It's dangerous. It's traumatizing. It's triggering.
All right, take 2.
I am worth starving the power and control that old fearful versions of me have thrived on. I remember the moment when I got in the studio and I got on that mic and I had my notebook of my writings of my songs. And the first song was No Is Bay from the first album. In the back of my mind, I'm like, how do I know how to do this? And the first thing that came to mind was how me, my brothers and sisters and cousins used to make up silly songs just off the cuff. And I love you more each day. And so I'm like, maybe that's why I know how to do this. But I also entertained the idea that I have a gift.
The future is activated by my presence.
March 19th, 2019 is when I released my first Affirmation album. Once I started to see women posting and reposting and reposting, I was like, do I have something? But so much change, destruction happened. Even in the midst of all of this good news and positive momentum, I worked for a nonprofit organization that hired social entrepreneurs to increase school culture positively through projects, coaching, and experiences. But I lost my position. Losing my job caused a lot of mental health challenge. I ended up being in the psych ward because I was dealing with suicidal ideation. But I knew I had enough curiosity to see what else can I like about life. And so by the end of 2020, World Mental Health Day, when I released my next project, I See Me Mantras, is when I said, you know what? I'm about to pursue this full time.
And all of life obeys and adjusts to this masterful power I've always had.
My music is being shared all over the world. I was placed on the Shy Show on Showtime. And Savannah LeBron's wife followed me. She's reposted me. All of these celebrity, high-profile women have posted me. And it showed me that I have something. But because of what I went through, no matter how my career changes, I'm authentic and I know how to express myself. And it's just the most fulfilling, exhilarating feeling that I just want to continue to see how much more can I enjoy this.
My energy back to me with divine care. Whoever, whatever is living off my light energy, run that back, get your own. I'm emotionally gifted, so I must guard that gift with wisdom and firmness. My openness is emotionally generous. I must be watchful. I'm seeing who are and aren't skilled to receive. I receive what others' blind spots are, teaching me about budgeting my energy and setting them boundaries. I have the right to tell people what they don't want to hear in the name of setting them boundaries. I also won't exhaust myself on people who ain't listening. I'm done with people pleasing and the attachment to make everyone happy with me. I won't share like how I used to share. I people wiser. I know now people pleasing isn't love, but it is fear. Magnificent at releasing expired emotional ties to how I structure my life with people, knowledge, money, friends, nutrition, health of my body, love, and time. I'm free from over-explaining and justifying my choices. My cutoffs aren't personal, they're spiritual. Anyways, I call back all energy that belongs to me. I am not the caretaker of those who want to stay asleep. I release the programming of being overly responsible for the happiness of others. The divinity in me, you know what's up. Tell me who I should share my intimate energy with. I focus my energy on who sees me and skillfully respects me. Not those who are skilled in choosing their false stories about me. I notice and accept when there is unequal energy exchange. Mental real estate when I release people I bonded with through my trauma self and not through my healing self. Yet I am deeply grateful for the hidden gifts that divine used them for to help me see my worth. I speak the law of reciprocity and mutual exchange in my most intimate relationships. I now know misalignments aren't personal but vibrational. I enroll myself into believing improving my emotional health is to create healthy boundaries for myself. I cast away the curse of suppressing my emotions. I'm free from internal violence towards my feelings. How I feel is a part of fulfilling my purpose. I explore a healthy relationship between my emotions and boundaries. If they feel like home and they feel safe to be around, I spend more time with that type. I'm learning how to interpret people's energy, especially those I love. I emit my own frequency and monitor how much energy I absorb from events, social media, texting, conversations, entertainment, and thinking. I attract connections where my love languages are valued, explored, and met. I'm on a budget. I gotta keep that same energy, no matter what. I surround myself with emotionally mature allies that are strong when I am vulnerable. I vow to not play nice just to be named nice. My circle got like a lowercase o, and I love it here. I'm laughing because I have no clue what's here. But god dang it, I'm gonna get curious and lean into it like I know it will all be all good for me, good for us. I have people in my life I don't have to re-examine, to reposition in my life. I am honest with who really got what it takes to connect with me and what I offer to connection. On some real-ish, my worth is not based on how much I give. Even if I'm misinterpreted or misunderstood, I know I'm not being distant. I am now gravitating to the vibes that best suit my energy. I'm picky with who I allow into my inner courts. I am my own verification. I embrace learning relational intelligence to enrich how I relate and invite others to relating deeper, even if parts of me are still tender. I am surrounded only by others who feel like honey. I have the wisdom to see through agendas, to play any individual or collective racial wounds against my emotional energy and free thinking. The power within me is stronger than the 1% attempts to control my energetic wealth and well-being. My energy is the truest wealth in existence. I am made in the image of God, and I am opening to realizing that more. This is my truest identity, and no one can tell me otherwise. 2019 was a launching pad to my truest thrive ever. I'm selective where I place my emotional resources and jewels. I open up to only those worthy of my trust. I am worth connections that have spiritual depth. I no longer have to be the strong one, the spiritual one. I have accepted the aligned tribe. I now know that toxic energy of those close to me are not alchemized by my spiritual relationship with myself and kindness towards them, with a swiftness and humility. I bow out of that and let their life be their teacher. I love people, but my energy tolerance budget is hella bougie. I gotta watch my budget on this energy here. Hey, 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 hey.
Alafia from 113 of Orisha Stone. Happy Matriarch Monday to the tribe, to the clan. And we have a special guest tonight, Miss Toni Jones. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Man, I'm a blessed and highly favored. Especially and most definitely, it's a pleasure to have you on tonight. Like I said, it's Matriarch Monday. Shout out to the tribe. Big shout out to I Am Said, because she introduced us and everything, and I thought that was amazing. Because if you're in the mantra game, if you're in the meditation game, you can come across this goddess even if you haven't seen her face. I know I would hear you all the time when my wife used to get me up out of bed and force me to do Pilates. So you know what I'm saying? Yo, most definitely have tapped into your music and appreciate your music with all the toxic music that they put on our women nowadays. You are a breath of fresh air. So with no further ado, please introduce yourself to the tribe, goddess.
What's up, tribe? I'm Toni Jones. I'm an affirmation musician. I create affirmation music to help people talk to themselves better. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, as you all saw in the video, but I am based in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been there since 2024. So that's a little bit about me and how I show up in the world.
I say. And tell us, like, I have so many questions for you. One, because we want to get to know you. We want to know who we're supporting and everything else. One, we heard how you got into it and everything else, but like, you really you really followed your calling, if that's the best way to put it. My wife loves your work, and a lot of people do, and you know what I'm saying, me myself as well. So please tell us how you got into it, what inspired you to do it, and tell us about the industry in general. Like, what are your pros and cons of you being in the industry right now?
Yeah, so as you all saw, like I in the video, I asked Spirit to give me an idea to help my clients practice wellness on the go. And I got the idea affirmation music. And I went to LA for a month. I went to Long Beach actually, and I wrote affirmations for the grown ass woman. And what I did not know was that there was a whole path for me to become an artist. Y'all, I did not plan on being an artist. That was never on my dream vision board. I never even had the thought of creating music until up to that point. And so once my personal life started to crumble, but my music was starting to go viral, I was like, maybe there is something here. So I was just following the yellow brick road because I had nothing left. I had to figure out, how do I like life? How do I like being here genuinely? Because in order for me to do this music from an authentic place, I have to deal with where my self-hate is in my blind spots. I had to figure that out. And so once I got into affirmation music and I started getting into the studio and I started writing and I started to see the impact, I was like, oh my gosh, what is this called? What is this thing that happens so naturally for me that creates all of this like impact that has levels to it? And so I was like, I'm going to bet on myself and do this, because it was like, it wasn't just the impact. It was like, at first, the money from the streams was paying my cell phone, then it was paying my car note. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, you know, when you're doing something and you feel it fulfilling, but and it's paying bills, it's like, oh, I got something. And so I started doing it and I just fell in love with the process. But I did not know. What I did not know, that if I would have knew, I don't think I would have said yes to this. I did not know being an artist was an inside job. And when you get into an industry that that doesn't depend on you doing the real work to be an artist, it depends on you just following the rules. I felt very countercultural to the way the industry works. I'm talking about even in the conscious music space. Okay. Because I haven't been in the industry. It's just I'm of it because I create music. And so me doing this for the past 6 years, one of the pain points has been, first of all, being appealing, beautiful, because immediately people are projecting stories of what your beauty means and how you actually use it. And my thing is, external beauty in the Western world is something, but to me, the type of inner work that I've done, that's what I pride myself on. You know, and one of my songs is my red bottoms is from the death of my egos. You know what I mean? Like, I've bled out many of times because of the identities that I was attached to, and I had to crucify to transcend into my truest identity, which is an ongoing process. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, so I feel like my pain points is because I'm so niche and I created my own lane and I have not had rookie results, the type of results I've had in my 6-year career, people don't even get that for doing music for 20, 30 years. So people looking at me like, who is this kid on the block? You know, who is she? Like, you know, and I've had to unlearn over explaining myself and my why, and allow my presence and allow my results and the way I show up in business and in my personal life to speak for itself. Because my light is going to show up in the room anytime. But it has been a very, Orisha, it's been such a learning process of how I allow Source to reimagine what it's like to be an artist in these times that has mainstream appeal, but also has a message, but it's about this medicinal work to get the people get the people in their healing journey. So, one of the other pieces is one of my other pain points in the music industry is it ain't no money in it. The streaming part, and I'm using my words wisely because I don't want to claim it ain't no money, because there's always money flowing for me. Okay, that's what I'm gonna always claim, because if y'all know my song Currency, we the true money, right? However, the practicalities of that abundance transferring into physical reality has been a pain point when it comes to the streaming business of music. Because when you upload your music, you're going through a distribution company that distributes your music to all, like Spotify, YouTube, to make it accessible for you all. So when you stream my music, you're really not making no money till after you get 1 million streams. You see what I'm saying? And so one of the ways, and I'm just going to put y'all on game, those of you who want to be in the music space, one of the ways I've been able to sustain myself is being able to get funding for my future streams, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. So I can borrow from my future streams to get funding now because of the rhythm of my streams that have been in the past. So that's one of the ways I found out I can sustain myself. But when I tell you, we'll be here all day talking about the pros and cons and pain points of being, it's not even being a spiritual person in the music business, it's being authentic, it's being pure, posturing your heart in a pure manner. That has been a very interesting dynamic to have. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I have a couple questions for you before because we gonna get comfortable. I love you said so much, and I love the fact when you said your red bottoms are the depth of your ego. A lot of women that went over their head, man, because I deal with a lot of different people, and with the new vampire movie, and she said, me, and I'm talking to different people, and they don't understand. I really believe me is an I or some kind of demiurge or some kind of jinn or something, because they're possessing these people that's all. Everybody's I, me. Everybody's an ego. We talk about the man's ego, but we really don't talk about the feminine ego and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of amazing. You the first person that ever got on here and said, yo, I gotta. You said something about you got to check your unhealed spots or something. You said that you didn't know about.
The self-hate, where it's the self-hate, it lingers in the blind spots.
What's your zodiac sign?
My zodiac sign?
Yeah.
Aries.
Get comfortable. We're gonna make you at home. Listen, I love the knowledge you've already given, but I got a couple questions from the crowd that I got to get into, because listen, I'm not gonna piss these women off. It's Matriarch Monday. They got questions. We need answers. Okay. What inspires you to keep going, guys, in this industry, especially with so many different things you already know is ran by so many different people, and it's so out of 95%, you the 5% that putting out positive information and positive music. What inspires you to keep going?
Man, y'all, I don't think the interview that you guys watched before we started this, that with the Revolt, but let me just tell y'all something. When I said yes to Affirmation music and I released my first album in March of 2019, 2 weeks later, it was the beginning of my life falling apart with my job, with my love life. My house was broken into, and it was a lot for me because I had planned on I had found my dream job. Y'all, I'm telling you, if I told y'all the details of this role, y'all wouldn't believe it existed, not in America. So when you have your sight on something like, I'm going to retire doing this, I lost my identity of the value that I was bringing to that position. I was very attached to that role. And so for me, once all of these back-to-back things were happening, what came up for me was my suicidal ideation that lay dormant. And so even though I was creating all this value in the world, and I'm going to get to answering that question because this has everything to do with this answer. When I was creating all this value in the world and with young people and with women, what lay dormant was I didn't really like being here. I didn't like the infrastructure of society. It wasn't just about depression. It was like, I don't match with the culture of this reality and I don't like it. Game over. You see what I'm saying? So it was like anytime life was lifing, my mind always went back to like, I can exit out this game anytime I want to, actually. And I can guarantee my heart won't have to deal with none of this anymore. And I'm probably safer in death. This is the self-talk that was going. But affirmation music, what it was doing was it was attracting the people that resonated with me, resonated with my voice, resonated with my journey. Affirmation music showed me there was something to live more, to live more for. Like it showed me that it gave me reason to bet on myself to stay alive. And affirmation music taught me that I had to be in integrity with myself when no one was watching. And so what keeps me, y'all, what keeps me going and keeps me inspired is the curiosity that there's maybe still more to this, because I have so many stories of what I've navigated, so many different things I've lost and sacrifices that I've made to keep going in this career, you know, and to learn the ebbs and flows of the practicalities, the quantum physics of what I do, you know, while tending to my mental health, while tending to living in America as a Black woman, it's just like a lot. And so what keeps me inspired is to know that I have this gift, and my role is to steward the vessel myself so this gift can have a pure channel to come through, and to trust that is enough for the overflow to happen through me, for me, as me. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just feel like I cannot have this ability to create something that goes into the nervous systems of people all around the world and shift the way they talk to themselves so they can shift their behavior, and that behavior shifts the results that they have to experience in their life. That is a tremendous gift, and has cost me everything and everybody, even myself, even my identities, even my comfort zone. So what keeps me inspired is that this gift has not given up on me. It lives in me. And I have to navigate how I steward that practically, spiritually, like all the ways. You know what I mean? But I feel like this is something to this. You know what I mean? So that's what keeps me inspired. I just feel like if I feel it, it's supposed to be given away. If I feel this gift this big, it's supposed to be given away, and I can't give up because of seasonal circumstances in the industry, in my life. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am, I do, actually. It's funny when you were saying that you're an artist, you're Aries, you're an artist. Just like Jesus was an Aries, he was a carpenter, he was an artist. And I find that a lot of Aries go through these things because Aries is fire. Fire, it represents purity, it represents purification. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, you're on your Chance the Rapper journey right now. You know what I'm saying? Creating your own independent. Do you understand his business and everything? Yeah. The guy that she said that you need to you have to create an independent business model, retaining full ownership of masters, publishing rights, profits, tours, merchandise sales, and brand partnerships. And tonight, you're on the tribe with a lot of different people that can help you with that. You know what I'm saying? That want to help you with that because you've helped so many different people. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we just want to show you that we support you the same way your music comes out and supports everybody. We got to put that back out there for you too. Like you said, reciprocity. Say that word for me.
Reciprocity.
Yeah, I love it. You and OJ Yemi say it's so beautiful. So Goddess Move, can you tone the music down just a little bit for me? It's kind of. Oh, that was you with the music? Goddess Toni?
No.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite song?
In general, or my music?
Or music. I need to know your favorite song. All this positive music you put out there, what song motivates you? What is your favorite song that you put out there? We need to stream this. Like, tell us what song inspires you.
So what song that I've created that inspires me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ooh, that's a really hard question, actually. I would say, I recently released a project in February called Affirmations for Gifted Lovers. And I would have to say Love Stone. The song is called Love Stoner. I would have to say that song. It inspires me because um it's that just that project period. It's an EPK of like 5 songs that I released in February. It really did something to the way that I think about my relationship with life. And it created like this perspective of looking at life like a love story. You know how our lungs and trees are in a relationship? The oxygen, the carbon dioxide, how we are, the intimacy of being able to inhale and exhale. The air, the oxygen it's this divine, unseen, but physical reality that keeps us alive. That's intimacy. And so I feel like that song inspires me to keep that mindset of that I am in a love story that is between the divine and the divine reality and the physical reality. I'm constantly in this relationship of inhale and exhale, of that intimacy between the divine and human experience within myself first. And so that song inspires me because it's like if I'm going through periods of grief or I'm going periods of joy or sadness or bliss or just a state of oneness, whatever I'm feeling in the moment, it's like, how intimate can I get with this and present with this and say, oh, wow, grief is here. Well, grief, what are you here for? How are you here to serve me? What do you want me to know? You know what I'm saying? Oh, joy is here. Oh, I have favor here. Wow, they just blessed me with this. Well, what are you here for? I'm welcome all of it. I welcome all of life. And that song, Love Stoner, to the surface mind, it may think like, oh, she's talking about affirmations for her love life, whatever. And it's really about my intimacy with life because I've experienced hating life so much that I wanted to unalive myself. And so I feel like this project helped me take a lot of my intimate relational romantic experiences and alchemize them into a perspective of seeing that everything about life is an opportunity for a lover to be more in love with life. You know what I mean? I said a lot, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys the meat and potatoes of why that song keeps me inspired. When I listen to it, I just can feel the energy of it. Like, stay in love, Toni. Stay in love with this. If you're angry, if you're frustrated, stay in love with it. Allow all these emotional range of being human in this beautiful shit show called life. Allow it to be in relationship with you and get all the goodness from it, So that's what that song Love Stoner is about for me.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And by you being so seen and always on the obsidian screen and so many people or energies around you, how do you protect yourself from energy vampires? Like when you're putting out, I've noticed when you're putting out a lot of positive energy out there, negative energy will find you for no other reason besides polarity. Just has to be your opposite. It has to go against your opposition to make you stronger, if anything else. But that's the program of the Aries archetype, that things have to always try to mold you and push you to become the highest version of yourself. But how are you protecting yourself from these energy vampires?
You know what's so interesting? I don't know if you guys have seen the movie The Matrix, but in that film, there was a character by the name of Agent Smith, I believe. And in The Matrix, he had the opportunity to shapeshift into anybody who was available to him. And so I say that to say is that people who have not done their work, people who have not done any internal work, or they're avoiding internal work, they make themselves available portals to energies that can't get to you, but they can try and get to you through them. So when it comes to energy vampires, I haven't really experienced those type of energy vampires from people that are strangers, like out in the world, out in the field. It usually comes from people who are the closest to me, who are avoiding themselves and not doing the work. So it's been a very interesting dance to deal with energy vampires who are your loved ones, your friends, the people that you confide in, the people who are have been allies. You have evidence that they love you. So it gets a little tricky. So people outside in the world that I meet, I haven't had to really always protect myself. I've had to protect the people that have gotten into my circle. And so the way that I protect myself, first of all, I do a lot of water rituals. I have a strong relationship with trees. Nature and me go together real bad, okay? Real bad. So I've used the trees. I've used my crystals. I use color therapy. When I'm out dancing, when I go out dancing, just for the sake of my energy, because I don't know what I'm always in, because I be so locked in my own zone. When I'm dancing, I just speak. Sometimes I speak protection. I protect my aura field. I protect my quantum field. I love that. I just say little things when I'm getting lost in the vibe of dancing and moving around and, just being in the vibe of it. Cause I love me some house music, some Afro beats. And you know how you can just get lost in dance. So I protect myself by using my words, using my imagination. I use a lot of the elements to protect myself. But I'm telling you, I can say this and articulate it, but I'm telling you, it is a real art when it comes down to people who are really close to you, people that you feel connected to protect yourself from that energy. It's a case-by-case scenario, y'all, for me,
Especially when you got that light. You are Aries, you got that fire, you got that flame, that's the internal light. You draw a lot of moths, roaches, all sorts of different things when it comes to the light, and leech off your light, leech off your energy.
My boundaries, and I'll say this, my boundaries, I've matured in my boundaries. And I stand 10 toes down on my boundaries. It's like it bounces people off who can't work with that. It just bounces them off. It's like raid to roaches or something.
That's real.
Like some people, energy vampires bank on you not having boundaries.
That's real. That's real. Also, you said something about crystals. I ain't know you were into crystals now. Look up labradorite and lapis lazuli. By you being a big speaker.
You're gonna have to spell that and text that to me now.
All right.
I'm the words girl, but that's what?
Labradorite.
Labradorite.
Yeah, so it's a manifestation stone, manifestation through the throat chakra, but it's also a protection stone. So sometimes people send negative energy at you and you don't even know it. But when you're wearing your labradorite, especially when you're on camera a lot and everything else, so you're reflecting that energy back. Whether you know it or not, it's a very manifestation stone. But at the same time, it also works both ways. People that send love at you, you might not know it sends love back. So that's a good reflective of putting your own protective force field or energy field up against these little energy things. Also, lapis lazuli, because you're such a great speaker, lapis lazuli is a great. They call it the stone of heaven. For you know what I'm saying, the protection of the speaker. Moses wore lapis lazuli. A lot of the prophets wear lapis lazuli. You're an artist. The artist is the prophet. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, ma'am. So, what's your favorite city to go to? You travel a lot. What's your favorite city to go to?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I recently was gifted a gift. Diane, she's a beautiful woman from Brooklyn, New York. She had a small retreat in March of this year to Kenya, Nairobi. And I never ever felt anything like that. Like, you know how you can go somewhere and it's a beautiful place and you're so inspired, but then there's some places that feel like home. You feel like, oh, my nervous system matches here. It's like I'm like, wow, I never knew a place could do that to you. So I would say that's one of my favorite places to go to in the world. But in this country, I would say I'm a country nature girl. Like, it's like anywhere where it's forest, beach, beautiful mountains. Like, I don't really have a favorite city here. I like to travel, but take me in nature is like my favorite mall, if you will. It's just like I love it.
Look, you talking to a whole bunch of people in the crowd right now. Look, you're in Georgia. So I would tell you, we most definitely got to introduce you to Melanated Immortal Sagadas Miat, because she does a lot of retreats and things like that nature. We have pyramids all throughout Florida. So if you ever come down to Florida, we got you. We'll take you up to pyramids and show you a couple of different things.
Yeah, Florida has always shown me some love.
Most definitely.
I definitely got to come out there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We do retreats too. Like my wife, she always does a Phoenix Circle, Phoenix retreats, where she does sacred plant medicine ceremonies, things of that nature, sound bath healing. Do you have any up and coming tour dates or music? Like, how can we support you and look out for you when you are coming to different cities?
So I do have a herbalism retreat that I'm actually going to tomorrow. So it's this week actually. So it's too late to register for that. But I do wellness artist residencies on farms. So if you all know any farms that would love to book me to do affirmation sound bath experiences, I do that. I love doing that. I use some indigenous instruments and some soundtracks to create the sound experience. I also have a social club called Affirmation, where you get every quarter you come pull up on me in Georgia, and we kick it for the weekend. You know, all the members. I have 2 tiers for members. One of the tiers is once a year annual, like we link up, we connect, we build, we create a community blueprint. And then the second tier is every 3 months. And I do affirmation audios. We go live every month and just talk and build and create. And so as far as tour dates, I don't have anything booked right now. So, but I do a lot of local events, affirmation sound bath experiences. But yeah, so that's what I got going on right now.
I see. Now we asked all the formal questions. We got to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in Atlanta, and Atlanta has all this talent and all these different things. But I haven't had great experiences in Atlanta, but I know there's great people in Atlanta. I deal with a lot of different people, a lot of artists in Atlanta. But like, yo, it's hard to make it, and I don't understand how. Why is it so hard for you to just blow or go do what you need to do in Atlanta?
Team. Competent team. I've had a lot of people who wanted to help, and people who have a lot of zeal to see this vision go far, but you have to have the competencies. You can't be in survival mode. You can't be a people pleaser, you know? And so I've had my pain points with cultivating an aligned team where people are competent. Like, you're not going to hire the mailman to do your hair. You're going to hire a hairstylist to do your hair, right? So that was one of my learning curves, was just people who want to help, people who want to do, but this is not their specialty. This is not their expertise. They don't have they don't do this. Not everybody can be a manager. Not everybody can be a book. You know what I'm saying? So I think that is where I'm at right now, is attracting and magnetizing and calling in the aligned team to take the vision of affirmation music to the next level. And, you know, as of this past week, I have gotten more clarity that this is bigger than the music. This is bigger than the artist. This is beyond just a movement. This is more. I just got the clarity in the past 7 days what the next step is for my call on my life. But music is just the invitation. But it's a whole world that this music is inviting you deeper into. And so I would say in Atlanta, the pain point is attracting the team members that have the expertise and understand who I am. You know, I'm not going to burn out for the win, for the dollar. I'm not going to sell my soul. I'm not going to sacrifice my integrity. I remember somebody in Atlanta was connecting me to all these people, different people. And they was just like, yeah, we believe in you. We love what you're doing. Your music saved my life. Whoop the whoop, whoop the why. And in that same breath, they said, you know, you're going to have to eventually compromise. You're going to have to do something with Coca-Cola. You're going to have to do something with McDonald's. You can't be, I'm like, now what would it look like? I created music about honoring the temple. You know what I'm saying? Honoring the womb. And I'm here talking about, just because it's branded as something to consume don't mean that it is complementary to our brain, our DNA, our blood, our organs. You know what I'm saying? No shade to people who eat fast food and all of that stuff, but I know too much. I know too much about what it is. It's just branded as food. And so it's people like that who want the best for me, right? They want to uplift. They want me to connect me to the people, but they also want me to follow a blueprint of compromise. You know, and when people see that you don't compromise and you don't waver from your own constitution with the divine and your intuition, they just like, she not trying to win. So, and Atlanta's all about hustle, 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 win, 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 drive, 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 drive. You got to keep going. You keep going. And they see my slow country as just like, I trust God with this, and I'm learning how to steward it in a work ethic that aligns with my spirit, my mental health, my capacity. People not used to that type of culture of working. They say alignment, but the embodiment alignment is you're going to have to decolonize your mind on what that alignment looks like when it comes to your work and your ambition. Period. And it is a very painful process, but it's worth it. I believe it. I'm still on it, so I'm gonna see how much more it is worth it. But that's been a few of my pain points, and I mean, I have a list. I have a list, but I don't want to give glory to that because it's all distractions anyway.
I see.
You said what?
It's just test.
It's just a part of the journey. It's just a part of the journey, and everybody who is supposed to be on this path with me, they will be. But here, you know what? There's another thing I want to say is that it's so unfortunate though. People who want to work with me, people who have worked with me, they don't understand the responsibility to themselves to stay connected to me. You have to be in a certain school of thought of self-mastery to stay connected to me. Because if you don't do your work with yourself, you're going to create a story where I'm the villain. You're going to create a story about how I'm not on your side. I've seen it too many times that when I start seeing people not choose themselves, when I start seeing people sacrifice themselves for the dollar or for the win or for whatever, to ignore how God is calling them closer home to their spirit, I'm like, oh, they're not about to last around here, because the energy around up in here is always prioritizing the spirit. It's always prioritizing the nourishment of my higher self. Do I do it perfectly? No, but that is the responsibility I have to this gift. So the people around me, closest to me, they don't fully understand that they have responsibility to their higher self to even stay connected to me. I ain't make up the rules.
Look, I love your stance. I feel the same way as an artist. I feel the same exact way. Sometimes people think you should compromise and do different things. Actually, God is moved. If you can you put the link in the chat? Because I do want to take some questions from some people. Tari's from California. I most definitely want to introduce you to her as well. Because like I say, it's going to be the community that supports you. The God has just said you have to create an independent business model, retain full ownership, masters, publishing rights, profits from tours, merchandise sales, and brand partnerships. Brand partnerships don't have to. We weren't talking about selling out. We gotta start looking at each other like brands. We gotta start looking at each other as businesses and things of that nature. We also have to look at each other like we also have to know, like you said, what are we good at? We got to have services, you know what I'm saying, good services. So I most definitely want to get you more in the community because you've done so much, and then you could have sold out. You could be on there, but a lot of people don't be understanding when you got talent. You, like I said, you're the prophet, so you're gonna get all sorts of different temptations. The last temptations, especially when you're a chantress, you always chanting. You might, I don't know if you know the power where you're at right now, but where you're gonna go, like where you've been, ain't even where you're gonna go yet. This ain't even our final form. As Aries, one of your birthstones is the diamond, right? Pressure makes diamonds. All that pressure makes diamonds. And guess what? Flawless diamonds, pure diamonds, purity. Everything you're saying represents your character. You know what I'm saying? I most definitely got to introduce you to Goddess Mayat because she's always talking about tones. And we don't understand the tone of the voice was so powerful. I mean, we all do this back in the day. They used to put a muzzle on the women so they can speak out and go against them. So for you to tap into this power in the world of sexy reds and you know, I don't know all these different, you know what I'm saying? That's not my frequency. But that scares me because I got a daughter. I don't want my daughter to tap in that frequency either. You know what I'm saying? I need them to. We need more Lauryn Hills, and they attacking the Lauryn Hill. We over here drinking coconut water the same. I'm drinking my coconut water too. So yeah, no, man, I most definitely respect your stance and your accountability and everything else. You're giving a model for women to look at themselves in a different way. You know what I'm saying? The world is, they don't understand a lot of this stuff is being pushed at them from a lot of different angles. Everybody got to be, I love myself and myself only, and everybody love themselves and don't love nobody else. Everybody quick to sell out for $1, compromise for $1. And why is it so important to get these dollars when the dollar, it disappears just as fast as it comes? The real peace, like you said, is nature. Go sit out there in nature. Go sit out there. I'm on the same page. Give me 1 second. We're about to go get ready for a break real quick. Since we had almost at an hour, real quick commercial break. And then I'm going to put the link up in the chat if anybody has any questions for you, because I don't want to, yep, it's right there. Atari, step in for a second because I really want you to give me a couple words for this goddess, and then we'll move around just to show this goddess love and some support. And then we'll go on break and do a little couple announcements real quick, and then come right back. So because we got to get you get comfortable, get you some tea, get you some wine or something. You know what I'm saying? Get you some coconut water. Get comfortable because she's new to the tribe. She's with the tribe now. We got to most definitely support this goddess and keep her going. We got to pass the energy back and forth like Colic Move. You know what I'm saying? If she's sending us good energy, we got to send it right back to her. So, yeah, I'm sorry. Send a link real quick before we go on break. I'll say, Moon Goddess, you most definitely invited as well.
All right, peace and wholeness. Much gratitude. Okay, so who is that?
My niece.
Hey, niece. Look, I haven't sent my grandchildren all in the other room. Okay. Oh, but yes, I can totally relate to you, especially when you were talking about the streaming and the amount of money that you make or not make, you know, with the streaming and everything. Because I did a couple of, recordings with a couple of producers, and, they put it out there and they were like pushing me to work with them. And I'm like, all this work for this, so I learned that real quick, the value of time, and the value of money and all the work that goes and the energy that gets put out, and you're here and there and everywhere, and you're like, well, what is the focus here? And so to hear you say, speak your truths, as I've always been like, also when I tell you Sanctuary was my theme song, okay?
Oh wow. Anybody who tells me Sanctuary was the one for them, I already know what type of person you are. Just off the rip. A Sanctuary and Birthmark. When people tell me that, I'm like, I already know who you are. If that's the one for you, I already know you.
Look, I'm like right here with you. Okay, so everything about your journey, your testimony, I feel like, that is the connection that I was feeling with you through Sanctuary, and, going through everything, even currency, coming to that realization, I was like, boom. So my state of calm in the gifts, that we carry, as you were speaking, I was like, I feel good. I'm all right. I give my voice as I so choose upon request, and if someone wants to use it to record something with, but don't try to put me in the limelight. I'm not about that. I'll stay behind. I'll do your vocals, but at the same time, let me just ride my own waves, flow with it and everything. So you know, you just nipped it. Being here tonight is highly, you know, a pinnacle to hearing everything that you're saying, you know, for everything that I've aspired, you know, to do. Because I, you know, I write too, but you play sound, you do sound baths, and I do that too. Okay. You know, so the common grounds, the synchronicities that we are finding, that I'm finding in and through you being Aries and we being fire signs together, compatibility and all of that. It's like so like right in the space. And I just want to tell you that, you know, give thanks to you
Thank you so much.
sharing yourself with us.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Okay.
As they say in Espanol, muchísimas gracias, bonita. Okay. So let me get into these announcements, you guys. Pay close attention here. Orisha Stone definitely has so much more to offer us, but we have now available on melanatedimmortals.com products on the Meta Shop within melanatedimmortals.com, a plethora of Orisha Stone artifacts, Orisha Stone antiques, and Orisha Stone and personally made values of stones and crystals and silver and brass and gold, you name it. As you see the image on the screen, y'all make sure you take a visit to melanatedimmortals.com. Visit the Meta Shop. Like I said before, you can send all your if you want to, just to help continue allowing him this opportunity to do the works that he does, bringing us into spaces with such profound information throughout the heptad. Contribute and offer a donation, whatever, to Cash App, $ Cash App, or Cash App $ Mansa Musa Stone. All right. We also have coming up soon, this coming, I think it's Saturday and Sunday or Friday and Saturday here in Atlanta. And as of today, we've established it's going to be at Piedmont Park, okay, in Atlanta, across the street from one of our founders of Melanated Immortals, making evolutionary changes, Baba Wanikimi Tahuti Shabazz. So on the 25th, this day out of time celebration, we're going to be bringing in at 11:11 the debt forgiveness ceremony. Then we're going to break out with some live natural hand clapping, foot stomping, drum beating, tambourine, whatever instrument you have, natural instrument you have, bring it with you. But at the same time, bring a dish, okay? Because this one is going to be potluck, all right? Drinks are definitely going to be provided. It is a free event because day out of time is a day of no commerce, all right? And Fulton County has definitely the I think it was the commissioner or the mayor of the city of Fulton County actually gave us this day to be able to celebrate every single year free of cost. Okay. It's being sponsored by the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment with Baba Neb Taharka Kanishka Walk. After the celebration, we are convening at Jeju Sauna and Spa to spend the night, woosah, all that good stuff. And then we're going to bring in the sunrise, and then you can take on into your new solar cycle for the red galactic moon. Now, in melanatedimmortals.com, we have mimic mission flow orientation for everybody new into learning about what's my kin, what does plasma mean, what is mimic? Mimic is melanated immortals making evolutionary changes. Okay, so if you understand that acronym, you'd understand more better why our mission is to establish, to shift the global consciousness of the melanin dominant population and establish an everlasting legacy of divine frequency beings with immortal health and immortal wealth through the application and remembrance of cosmic knowledge. So join us on July 31st at 8 p.m. to learn more about who you are, your purpose you serve, and why it is important for us to come together to evolve together. Ashe?
Sure.
We also have every Friday our Aligning with the Evolving Cycles of Time at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. Make sure you visit melanatedimmortals.com. And if you don't know your kin, okay, and you don't know the relationship that you're holding with the people you're working with, or the people you living with, or the people you decide you want to connect with, we have that opportunity for you to find out the energy that the two of you hold by getting your galactic incarnation reading or galactic relationship reading. So visit the website for that as well. Then we have a Divine Feminine hosted by yours truly, Boshatelet. Y'all say that with me just one time, Boshatelet. Boshatelet is a sisterhood that we're pulling together of sacred power, remembrance, and divine embodiment. Now, mind you, in this Boshatelet is all about sound and vibration. There's no talking, there's no eating, there's none of that. We are rising together to shift everything that it is we want changed in society. So y'all join us on August the 1st at 20 August the 1st from 7 to 8. We starting out on the Zoom, and then hopefully we can come together face to face to bring in our sound vibrations together. All right. If you want to contact me, yours truly, the email freereality@yahoo.com or yogini9@melanatedimmortals.com, or just call me at 404, text me 803-4726. We also offer you brain balancing. A lot of us have inquired, how do I get brain balanced? So visit melanatedimmortals.com, sign up for that, and you definitely will have that opportunity. You'll get all the necessary tools and get readings and so on and so forth to know where you are. I, being the one to generate the visual arts that you see, the videos and so on and so forth, am offering my services, but at the same time am open for any advancements that you may have or contributions. So if you like to, you are welcome to contribute and or to give me the opportunity to serve you. So peace and love to everybody. I give thanks to you, Brother Orisha Stone. You are the bomb. Thank you so much. Thank you, Goddess Toni Jones, again, for joining us this evening. I love you dearly. I love you. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Peace and love, y'all. Let's.
Peace.
Yes, ma'am. I say. And like I said, I gotta let the goddesses show you love, because that's who you really like. This is a big thing. The only interview I could be happy about right now is when I get Lauryn Hill on. Lauryn Hill or Reed. I get one of these one.
Please.
Let me
Yes.
boom. Atara, you there? This goddess right here is in California, and she's in the industry herself. So she might have some a good question for you.
Yeah, for some reason you got muted.
And she's in the industry herself, so she might have some a good question for you.
Got muted. I can hear you now. Do you guys hear feedback?
Yeah, I do.
Hold on. I'm gonna have to come out and come back in because I can't hear you, Orisha.
No worries. Just come back.
But I can hear you on my other.
Okay.
Boom. So if anybody has any questions or you want to show Goddess Toni Jones some love, most definitely at the time. But while we're waiting for her to come back, what do you have on your mind? What are you thinking about in the future? Like, what are you trying to do for the future as far as what you're doing right now? What is your overall goal? That should be what the answer is.
You know what? I wanna go. I have some big pictures, but what I'm really appetizing for, that it feels like it's a divine appetite, is to go on tour in a real unique way. I want to go on. I want to be at people's homes. I want to perform in people's homes. I see sound systems set up. The people got real delicious food, and it's 20 people here, 10 people there. I just see myself doing something in the winter, like where it's like I'm booked October, September, November, and I'm touring people's homes. I'm there, the not community spaces. I'm talking about intimate, personal, cozy spaces. And I'm going on this personal tour to spread the message of affirmation music, to heal the way we talk to ourselves, to unlearn the self-hate narrative that colonialism, capitalism, and the patriarchy conditioned us to memorize. I want to be like an assassin of self-hate through getting up in people's personal spaces. I just feel that way. I want to be. I don't. I got the it factor. I can get on a big stage and go in and have lights, camera, but it's something deeper in me that wants to bring these personal experiences to people's homes. Let the children be there. Let them feel the essence of the divine that is within me, that is within all of us, and let's connect to that around this inner dialogue. Because no matter what our modalities are, no matter what tribes we belong to, no matter what our rituals and our practices, this right here, what we be saying to ourselves, we can't lie to that. We know how we talk to ourselves. Our nervous system and our inner dialogue will snitch on us every time. It don't care how much you journaling. It don't care about it. It's what we've been programmed by religion, by education. So I feel like just the way branding, corporations, patriarch got up in our homes, yeah. It's like, let me get up in the home. That's why I feel like I want to go on tour in people's churches and they home. Like, I just want personal space. I'm sorry, but that just got me excited to just name it.
No, I'm with you. I was about to say, you ain't got to wait long. They say they in Atlanta, you in Atlanta. They have an event coming up on the 25th. Pop up. They talking about tones and everything. They would love for you to come in.
I'm gonna already be. I saw that July 25th. So I'm gonna be in Vermont.
Okay.
I'll be out of town to the 30th. I don't get back to the 30th.
We most definitely gonna make the connection.
It's gonna be a line. But I see because I don't know if you guys. I have this the way that if you go to my Instagram page, you'll see how I do events and experiences. They're 5 sensory experiences. I want to bring that to people's homes. I want people to make sure, go through the logistics of booking and all of that. But I want to at least have 10 homes on my calendar. And talk about not just perform the music, but talk about the message. And let's heal our self-talk together,
I'm sure.
That tone, once you heal that tone and you start to get familiar with the sound of your voice and how your body is language is postured, when you say that thing, when you start, I'm not talking about just saying, I am money, I am a million. I'm talking about, I love the way I steward my finances. The way I steward my finances at a mastery level. I love that I unlearn lack and poverty consciousness. You know what I'm saying? When you get into that pocket and you feel, your body feels your voice and your rhythm, when you do that, could you imagine us doing that all in the room together? Not surface level affirmations. I'm talking about real dialogue. I want to do that with other people, because it's one thing to do this stuff alone, but when you do it with other people, there's a co-regulation that happens that we don't always get. And the healing happens when we're together. Okay, I digress, but go ahead.
Look, it's your show. We just holding space. Atari, how's it sound?
My check.
You sound good to me.
Okay.
with somebody that Goddess Toni Jones, with all this information that you have now, with the lives that you live and where you're at right now, what advice you have for upcoming artists, Atari, or any upcoming indigenous, melanated, black woman, whatever we want to call it for the word for the day? What advice you have for young women coming up in the industry, or not the industry, but in the art form? We got to get out of the industry and get back to the art. What advice you have for them?
I agree. I totally agree. And peace and blessings, everyone. Goddess Toni, listen, I appreciate and I love your value because I have the musical industry. I'm connected to the musical industry. And for us as women, we had to go through so much of our lives where our voice was never heard. I just had an experience with my family. My little cousin had a graduation on Saturday. That's why I'm not on camera, y'all. I had to do activations all weekend. I'm in the bed today resting. And even with me in this role that I'm in now, I'm in my quantum channel. I'm in my divine energy. So now that I am the spirit guide for my family, I have to go around them, and the ones who thought that they could keep on telling me how to live my life and try to give me low vibrational advice, now I'm the one, and I'm like, no, you need to change your life. You've been saying this shit for years. You ain't changed. So now I'm the one being the mirror back, when before I was the one listening, and I was like, no, y'all, this shit is not right. How you're living is not right. And how, because I come from a family with a lot of multi-generational trauma, as we all do. So now we have this major throat chakra activation where we can feel the throat chakra energy coming out of our mouth, because we are quantum activators. Our voice is really, literally our power. I had to, yesterday, I went to an R&B party in my city, and I wasn't expecting anything, but I literally had experiences with people from my past, and now Spirit is like, now it's your time to get your clap back. Everybody about to get their lick back, because the one who been doing the work versus the ones who was doing it, the ones who were inflicting the trauma on us. Now I had to stand up to a couple of these men. Oh, what's up? Remember me? And I was like, yeah, I remember you. But now I have to state my piece while we're in public. Through and it's that throat activation through the matriarchal energy. We have the higher power. And this energy through our throat chakra as women is literally the activating power through the earth and through the channel. So I just empower all the women to just, because we've been suppressed for so long, multi-generational trauma. I was beheaded in one life. I was beheaded in one life for speaking my truth. Back in, like, this is a couple thousand years ago. We have to stand up and we have to state our truth. The boundaries. The boundaries. It's the boundaries, y'all. The boundaries and our truth.
I shall say. Appreciation, Atari.
I appreciate you guys. Sending love to, hey, and today is the day. Today's 7/20. So today is the energy. Remember, the last time I was on Orisha, it was on a 7/2 day. And we're back here because the ley line for the ancient sites is the 72 degrees, and the 720 degrees creates a pyramid, a tetrahedron. So today is a very, very powerful day.
I shall say.
I say, y'all.
Yeah. All right, Atari, see you soon. Oh. Goddess, who do we have here? Priest 181? Priest 181?
Peace and divine blessings. I wish I could hear. Peace.
Hi.
First and foremost, I just want to say, big ups to you, Orisha Stone, for having this platform. It's real impactful to see a Black God up here really building community. Being big on stones, educating people. I really love the whole community build. So much love and gratitude to you also for having, shouting out melanated immortals, making evolutionary changes, welcoming us to the space. And oh my goodness, Miss Toni Jones. Like I put into the chat, your music, your affirmations, and everything has been transformative for me. I know a lot of the things that everyone has been speaking on about activating our throat chakra. Look at that, my headphones all, they sleep, they change colors and stuff. Anyways. But yeah, speaking of affirmations and being verbal, like even if it's just down to humming, like just hum and feel the vibrations in your body. And when you put the words and use your own thoughts and intentions with that, like that's the magic right there. And so for you to make the affirmation music, that's a whole nother level and twist to it, because not only are we speaking it and singing it, like we feel the music. Like I don't know about everybody else, but like when I'm around music, especially like big speakers, I feel like my atoms are merging and dispersing into the music with it. So like when I'm in that zone, you were talking about being in that zone, like I can only imagine like the whole vibe of like putting it out there and knowing that you're impacting people through it. Just like what Priestess Moot with her when she played the sound, the crystal bowls and everything, like, for us to really harness the power within us and use our throat chakras. Like that's the key right there in expressing what's on your mind and heart. And another beautiful thing about that too is like being able to transform it while you're speaking. Because like if you notice, if you're saying something that's like, you're like, hold on, wait, pause. Let me find another empowering and uplifting way to say this, So, just by you putting the music out there, it's definitely inspiring people, whether they are aware of it or not. Because when they're just riding down the car, vabbing out to it, they singing it and what you call it, programming their cells in their body and everything when they're doing this. So I appreciate you. I didn't know, I'm just coming speaking straight from the spirit. But yeah, I definitely appreciate every single one of you, even everybody that's just tapping in, because we need to really harness all that we are and build on community, because it's needed. It's time for it's time for us to shift things up and get it back into a frequency where we're actually more in harmony with ourselves and each other. So with that, this is straight divine alignment. So much love and gratitude to the space. And I wish I had a question for you. I surely do. But you dropped.
Oh, she's at home now. Like I said, we're gonna get on Melanated Immortals. I most definitely want to get on some tone frequencies with y'all. So she's at home. She's gonna make her rounds with the whole tribe.
Yeah, we would definitely love and welcome you in Mimic or Melanated Immortals. Because we all about building community and again shifting the global consciousness, and you already doing it with your music and everything. So it's real nice vibes, and it's dope because when you was talking about that, being in people's homes, I was like, oh, yep, yep, this is spot to be with it. Like having a community of people that's actually with you on it, and we walking it. I had like a vision of us like walking down the neighborhood and people coming out their house like, who are these people? And then boom.
Yeah, you know how Brooklyn has those dance like parties out in the neighborhood, like where like I could see myself just like with the band or with the speakers and me just having people come out and I'm talking about the message of affirmation music, and then we can have the Reiki spiritual healers just walking around the space, just setting the tone and saging and just putting water anointing the area, and people don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's really about it's getting to the core, the quantum core of what's holding us hostage energetically. And when we get the people in the space, in a personal comfort space, like something like outside in Brooklyn on the street, on the block, we turn that music on and they start saying those affirmations with us. It's like, because when you're dealing with the unseen material, You're dealing with the architecture of the unseen world.
Mhm.
And music is that. We can't see what music is doing. But when music starts,
But we can feel it.
when you turn the Isley Brothers or Frankie Beverly Mays or Michael Jackson, you can't unfeel that. It immediately, no matter what you can't unfeel it. It just immediately hacks you.
Mhm.
That's how powerful music is, because we are a sound. We are a part of a song. We are the material of music. We are that material, guys. So it's just like, so I'm down for that possibility. It's been in my heart for a while. You know, I've just been really intentional about infrastructure to sustain all the ideation of what is possible, you know. So that's what I've been on, is infrastructure right now to sustain what I've built, you know. So everything will align.
It's aligned. That's all about community. You got a community. I'm sorry.
One more thing that had came to mind too, because you know, just being around projects, you know, some of my family members grew up there. You know, I go visit here and there, and I remember just being outside one day. I'm like, man, just imagine if a bunch of us just walked around just holding sage. Let's just sage the projects. Like, that's one thing that always come to my mind when I'm around those spaces too. So that's why I felt what you were saying about, you know, going to people's homes and stuff. Because I'm like, I just want to sage.
Not everybody home, no.
I look, that part exactly. That part. You gotta do some vetting. Vetting for sure.
It's all fence way
Not every house is a home.
Yeah, you fence way priests. The same way y'all priestess, you would have a group of people. You wouldn't go unsecured. You know what I'm saying? It's fence way priest. You have the women go for the women, men go for the men. It's a whole thing that we're working on right now in the tribes. And what we need to do now is communicate with each other, build a community. Right now, I got you on with two beautiful goddesses that represent a tribe. So most of your music is being streamed by these goddesses every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of important. And it's so many more. Like, it's a lot of different people. It's a lot of people on here right now that listen to you all the time. So we make a lot of ignorant people rich. We got the Sexy Reds and all these other ones. Like, that's the only one I can remember right now. Sexy Red. What's the other one? The Gorillas and all these other ones talking about manifestation community.
Well, let me tell you something about them. The Cardi B's and the Megan Stallions, y'all, and the Sukianas. I'm telling y'all, these women are very spiritual. You will be very surprised at how tapped in they are. They are. But let me just tell you, they are playing a role.
Well, you're spiritual. Talk about spiritual currency all the time. You talk about it all the time. When you're spiritual, if I plant a tree, everything that eats off that tree gets a reward, right? Likewise, if I put some ignorance out there and people eat off that, and you're destroying your people, you're destroying the little girls that look up to you, you're destroying the people that love you. That's not spiritual per se to me. That's somebody that compromised. That just, like, I can't give them the same respect I give you. You know what I'm saying? I show love to love. I show love to beauty. I show love to intelligence, integrity. That's the word we forgot about. I like rare things. That's the word we forgot about. That word integrity. You know what I'm saying? They can say as spiritual as they want to be. I like the I think it was Gorilla. She had some good, I guess you would say, manifestations.
But I'm just telling you, they're playing a game. They're playing a game that, again, like, I would want to talk about in person rather online. But like, they are playing a game, and they understand the energetics of what they are doing very, very well. But the game that they're playing has nothing to do with duality. That's all I'm gonna say. It has nothing to do with duality, good, bad, evil. They are playing a whole nother game, but it has nothing to do with duality at all.
Well, the only reason I brought it up was to show my duality is I would rather show love to somebody and shine light on somebody like yourself, like the goddesses on Familiar Mornings that are always putting out positivity, because we don't have to deal in that world.
I prefer that.
Yeah, we so stuck on trying to change.
I need that.
Yeah, I was talking to one of my sisters, and she threw it on my face. Well, I just got to do, because the government, they might give us this check, and they might do. And y'all so stuck on the white man's illusion and the white man's dollar that you give up with the real talent of what it really is. I didn't even bring their name up to try to shine light on them. I was bringing their name up to show the alternative is you. You know what I'm saying? So
I think that's the important thing, because people, I mean, Lauryn Hill is a great example, because I saw a recent interview on YouTube that was in a think piece about her. I forgot his name, but he does amazing think pieces on the culture, and he did one on Lauryn Hill. When I remember his name, I'll make sure I text it to you, Orisha. But the interview, Lauryn Hill was saying that when her career was at the highlight of her career, she was trying to articulate and explain to the people around her that it was a responsibility to the gift she had. But what that responsibility looked like was extreme to the people around her, because it was so countercultural to how the industry works. So she said, I'm not going to sacrifice my soul and the art and who I am as a vessel for the win. Now we think of Beyonce, and we think of who else? Who else is we think of Beyonce and where she's at. She's in her 40s, and what she's achieved throughout her whole entire career. She's been doing it since she was a child. Okay. Beyonce is a icon in the culture. Okay. She's achieved that. Lauryn Hill did that with one album.
I see.
She did that with one album. Pure Channel. One album. We knew something was different with her in Fugees. What Lauryn Hill could have did if she had the habitat of support that understood that this woman needs tribe. She needs it's just her body is a temple, and she needed that support, but she could not. She understood that in order for her to be a pure channel, she couldn't have people saying, well, you got to do this for the money, or you got to stay on top to do this. She couldn't be around that. She needed to be around people who threw petals on the ground when she walked in the room, that ran her bath water, that tended to her spirit, that knew energy work. You see what I'm saying?
I do. So be with your people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can play in the Jew world and wonder why the Jews are treating me like Jews. I can't play in the white man world and wonder why the white man treating me like the white man. The people that paying for those albums back then, you were too good for them. You turned your nose up at them. You see what I'm saying? Neither, and that's neither here nor there. But we also got to look at it like this: as a man, right? We told we can't like Jay-Z no more for that same thing that we said it's okay for Gorilla and them to do. Jay-Z was playing a different kind of game. You can't get to that level as a black man without playing certain games. But we changed the goalposts when it comes. But I believe in duality. So if I say that this is the standard, then this is the standard. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying, one way or the other. Lauryn Hill most definitely is amazing. I think that I really see the vision of you doing a whole remake of the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Oh man, the Miseducation of Tory Jones. That would be amazing. So yeah, that would be dope. I think I most definitely know you can do it, and that's also like
tonight. Music ain't a thing for me. Music is like breathing. Okay,
stay in that's your spiritual tool. That is your spiritual comfort zone. Stay there. You know what I'm saying? Live with the universe set up for you. Can't nobody else interfere with that. Stay in that realm. High Priestess, I know you had something to say to this goddess as well. And thank you. Aren't you the red crystal dragon?
Yes, the red crystal dragon.
Oh yeah.
I got a question.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Miss Toni Jones, what's your galactic signature? Did you find out your kin number? Did Priestess Moot talk to you about your kin number?
You stepping on my stuff.
Okay. You about to get to it. Okay. She got a question for you. I'm gonna pass it to Priestess Moot. I would like to know as well, but yeah, I'm definitely about to, continue chatting it up with you.
Stay right there. Okay. Because I'm working with my phone, so that'll mess some things up. Okay, so y'all, let me explain this to you before I get into my share. Priest initiate, moon goddess, okay, Ambrosia. She is considered my planetary partner, my physical body, right? When we speak of this kin as the red dragon, I'm the white mirror, right? I'm the solar mirror, but she's the crystal dragon. Either way it goes, those archetypes together, we hold each other up. So the whole time she's been up here talking, I'm like, will you please get out my body? You know, but she can't help it. She can't help it. I understand she can't help it. But that's the thing that the two of us have learned over time. What, 3 years now that we've been vibing
4
together?
years. About
4
3, 4
years
years.
now. We through Melanated Immortals to really understand better how we are all connected, you know, in the energy space, in the synchronicity spaces. And so she up here just saying everything that done came to my head as we're normally doing in the chat most of the time. Either I say something and she was getting ready to say it or vice versa. But in this moment in time, and we didn't have that much time before the show started, I was going to ask you what's your date of birth, because I was looking for it just so that I could share that with you to get your kin number so we can read, you know, your signature, your affirmation, and that's all that you are about, right? Is your affirmation. But we need your date of birth to do that.
Are you familiar with human design too?
Oh, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm a,
the cosmology, the Omega cosmology encompasses all of that.
Okay, yeah, I'm a pure generator with a sacred authority, 2-4. But 4/18, April 18th, 1982.
All right. 82.
You want my birth time or?
No, just that.
You don't
You
need that. Just
got it.
oh no, I didn't put her birthday in there, but I just put the link in there in case she want to check it out later, or anything. But
okay, let me see if I can right quick. I'll do it.
So you got her birthday? I think you said April. When's your birthday?
April 18th.
18th. My son's birthday on the 23rd. So another thing about the kin number is like I like to call it your kinergy. So it's like with our connection with the sun and the solar cycles and the natural time, based on the day that we were born, it's coordinated with the Olmec calendar system, which will give you what your kin number is. And so that's what she's looking up to, you know, see what the kin was on the day you were born. So it's like you incarnate with that being like your specialty, even though we all embody 260 of them, which are different expressions of the divine creator. And so
OJ Yemi hit me up. OJ Yemi sent me the whole rundown already. She said it's Sun Kin 140. I'm gonna let Priestess Move finish it, but she is the
yellow
yellow planetary Sun Kin 140. And I'll let Goddess Move touch on that.
Yellow planetary sun. So it's so dope because the yellow sun archetype in itself is known as the enlightened one. So you're the enlightened one. And
I got a correction. You said April the 18th, 1982, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's the white galactic dog, Kin 190.
Oh, Kin 190.
Yes.
So it's dope because the white dog is also still connected to the yellow sun. It's the mental body for it. So that's like the mental strength and the gifts. So like all right, so let me slow down. I'm excited because I love talking about the Destiny Oracle. Like, but so like your kin number, that's like the soul essence of who you are. And which your kinergy represents that you embody as your specialty. So the white dog is known as the compassionate one. And it's all about the heart and love and loyalty. And you know, the mental body of the yellow sun is the enlightened one. So like when you get enlightened and inspired in your heart space, you just feel called in your heart to like share it and put it out there, because again, the sun is the one that enlightens all. So like the more that you continue to just tap into that heart space and putting it out there, you just bringing light to everybody life that you come into. And it's so dope because the planetary tone, it perfects and produces it. So Ashe, much love, and thank you for answering my question.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And I think Priestess Moo had I think she had something else she was going to say with that as well.
So yeah. So your emotional body is the monkey, all right? And that monkey,
that feels true.
the monkey is the magician. So if you look at everybody's testimony to everything that you do, right? They come in there, oh my gosh, you had me in this space, you inspired me, you gave me the illusion, the vision to see, and so on and so forth. And you're like taking that to the next level because that's what's in you, that's what's in your heart, right? And then your planetary partner is the moon. The moon is the healer. You a psychologist, you a life coach, you're a singer, you're an affirmationist, you're a goddess, you are love. Because you are the white dog, you are love. Okay? Love and loyalty coming straight from your heart. The passion you have to go into people's homes as opposed to being on a stage, that's representing your love. All right? That's taking everything that your soul body, which is the galactic dog, is bringing you to do. Galactic is integrity. So
Oh,
the
the galactic.
integrity.
Oh, excuse me. I
Okay.
apologize. I thought I was mute. My bad. I thought I was
Yeah.
mute.
Ken 190. The galactic dog holds integrity. So in everything that you do, in everything that you are, and all the things that you have been saying that you worked yourself through, you've pressed yourself through to get to this point in life is all about the integrity that you hold as the white compassionate one. Okay, the white dog, also known as the compassionate one. Okay. And then your challenge and your gift is the sun, which is the enlightened one. All right. So having the sun by your side to bring in the light to all, not only is it the challenge that you've been facing, okay, but once you bring them all together, it becomes your gift. And you've been working and living and moving in your gift this whole time, right? But it ain't time to stop. So the next level on top of the next level as you become more of who you were incarnated to be as Ken 190 is going to show you how to make it so much easier and not allow the other stuff to get in the way, to block you in your space. You got the ideas. All we got to do is come together as one because in Melanated Immortals, we stand together as we are one. The In Lakesh, the Alakim, I'm another you are another me, right? So you being in that way of using music and sound of vibration. Oh, and by the way, I just had to put this out there. I definitely need you in Bochatelet.
Okay.
Come on. You with me on that? I definitely, because it's all about that sound and vibrations.
Okay.
And it's about using our womb power to bring in the essence of who we are, to remember who we are, bring in our ancestors, to bring out the healing, to bring out the restoration, to bring out the releases, to bring in empowerment, and so on and so forth. Everything that you're sitting up here saying that you want to go into the houses for, our goal is to get into each other's houses to Bochatelet, just 1 hour, one day out of the moon. I say moon instead of month because there are 13 moons, right? And those months are the things that the Matrix uses, and we're not about that time. We're about the time that we are. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, Moon Goddess basically said everything else that I was wanting to say.
Okay.
Because that's how we vibe together. I won't be redundant on that part. But my youngest daughter is the white dog and she's the overtone dog. And so I'm closely related to the compassion that comes through us and how we really need that inner time, that within time and space to just release, So I'm just so grateful to have this time with you and Orisha Stone, brother. We just going to the next level on top of the next level because everything that we're doing with Melanated Immortals, with Orisha Stone, and all others that come up in here and vibe with us, y'all. We taking it to the next level. We are evolving because we are evolution. We are the beginning, and we are the ones who are making it what it is, no matter what. Thank you for this time to share. I think we got somebody else that want to come up.
Yeah, no, I actually, I kind of wanted to let her feel some love from the other goddesses and everything. But I do want to get her back on one-on-one because, you know what I'm saying, I really want people to know who they're supporting and how they can get in contact with and everything else. So I appreciate you, goddess. And yeah, I'm gonna go back to Toni and but thank you also. I look forward to having you back soon too, Red Crystal Dragon.
All right, peace, y'all. Love y'all. Send y'all much love. Many blessings.
Yes, ma'am. Boom, you can hear me? I'm having a little feedback. Can you hear me now, goddess?
I can hear you.
I'm hearing. Are you hearing feedback?
No.
Okay. So yeah, man. Look, I just had to show, you know what I'm saying, bring some people on. But by this being introduction, man, we'll be doing this all day for all the people that love and admire your work and everything else. So before we get out of here, tell us again what you have coming up. Please tell us your cash app. And matter of fact, tell us how can we stream? What can we do for you as far as how can we support you and how can we stream your music? How can we help support you and get you further into your industry?
I'll be honest with you. Anybody who has an email list, share my links, share my cash app. You know, that's what will help. My links, at IamToniJones.com. I have merch on there. I have offerings on there. I have an ebook on there. I also, if you go to my Instagram and you go to my link in my bio, that is where a lot of offerings I had, like everything that's up to date. That link is my Comey link. I don't think you guys have that link. You just have my website and my cash app. My cash app is $ Toni Jones Speaks. If you have the capacity, child, and it feels true for you all to bless me with your energy, that would be amazing. It would be highly appreciated. Okay. And I am good ground. And yeah, I do have something I'm launching this fall called Me Treats. I'm opening it up for this fall only, and I'm thinking about doing it annually. And it's Me Treats where it's one-on-one. It's not a retreat. It's a Me Treat. And that link in my bio to apply for that is in the link in my bio on Instagram. But yeah, all the links that I have, my IamToniJones.com, my Cash App, if my music resonates with you, if you felt something from the night and you want to support me, share also my links and my Cash App information to your email, your trusted email list. The people that trust you, share that one. That would help me tremendously. My music is on all streaming platforms. YouTube will be the best way because I do get money from YouTube. My streams, and just you guys don't know a lot of you may not know about this, but when you get funding of your future streams, your streams from the future, that money goes straight to you paying back the money that you got from the funding. So it's kind of like an advance, but you own all your music still. So it gets paid back up, once the streams are happening. So continue to stream, but I get the most from YouTube. But yeah, that feels complete. That feels like the truth of how I would love for you all to support me.
Yes, ma'am. You heard what she said, man. Go to their YouTube, exercise that thumb sakura, like, subscribe, all that. You know what I'm saying? Listen to that goddess. Play her music when you meditate, and play your music when you're trying to manifest. Play your music under the full moon. You know what I'm saying? This is most definitely some powerful manifestation music, mantras and things of that nature. So, goddess, if you don't have anything else, I know you got to get ready for a lot of different things or whatever. So I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for your time and everything. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I look forward to having you back again soon.
Okay, thank you so much, Orisha. Peace, everybody.
You came talking about them, you fire, and they say you the sun. You're not just fire. They say you the sun. That's what's up, man. I look forward to hearing that the miseducation of Toni Jones coming soon.
Coming soon.
Again, thank you to I Am Said and I Am Said Production. Big shout out to Melanated Mortals. Big shout out to OJ Yemi. Thank you again, Goddess. And Goddess Moot, we can go ahead and cut it.
Peace.
Class is in session, ladies. Let's get into it. Oh my goodness. I have this body, my feminine natural body, that has the intelligence to create life. Even if my body will, hasn't, won't create a human life, I have an innate divine ability to create a life to any structure. I'm a divine conduit for transforming the quality of people's lives. I now open myself up to know the full potential to using my power, my yoni power. My hips play wild and true, being sincere to my convictions. I release all concepts and ideas man taught and conditioned me to think about my body, my yoni, my sex, my sensitivity, my intimacy, my kisses, and what it means to be sacred. I release and let go of all attachments, fears, old memories from my yoni, from my heart. I release all shame, disgust, man and woman made influencing ideas about my monthly womb cycle cleansing. I re-educate myself about my body. I'm interested in what moves it. I reintroduce my consciousness to every part of this body that holds my soul so beautifully. I'm so beautiful, it's ridiculous.